right, welcome everyone to Termite HQ, starting the first of our series of interviewing the best pest control experts out there. And so I have on the line with us Jared LaJaunie from LaJaunie's Pest Control. They've been in business since 2008, and I actually stumbled across them. I just searched for them organically through Google and was searching for the best pest control company in Louisiana. And these guys popped up, and so you were definitely hearing from some of the best guys here. And so Jared has been gracious enough to grace us with his presence. And so we had a few questions for him. And to start off, wanted to ask Jared if you could just introduce yourself, your company very quickly.
Yeah, sure. Jared LaJaunie. I'm the owner of LaJaunie's Pest Control, and we're proud to service most of Southeast Louisiana, based out of New Orleans.
Awesome. Thanks, Jared. Well, guys, one of the things that we wanted to do in this interview was just answer some of the most common questions from people who are experiencing termites, maybe interested in expecting for or treating termites, and also in particular in Louisiana, since Jared's company is based in Louisiana. And so, Jared, what are some of the most common questions that homeowners come to you with?
I guess the most common we always get is when you're looking to do anything, I guess price is always one of the more prominent questions you always get. But along with price, I mean, you do get a lot of questions about the type of treatment that you do, what the treatments involve, what type of termites are covered. We deal both with native subs and Formosans, really bad down here in Louisiana. So, and of course, we offer, when you get into issuing the agreements, we often get a lot of questions about the type of agreements that we offer and what they cover. And so some of the more common questions we've come across.
Got it. And in Louisiana, you mentioned subterranean Formosan. What are those the two key types of termites that you do treat?
We deal with two types down here. They're called the Eastern native subterranean termites. And then we also deal with Formosan termites. Formosans are subterranean too. But a lot of parts of the country do not yet have to deal with Formosan. We do have them bad down here. And Formosan are just a super termite, basically. They are just much more destructive, harder to control, and can do a lot more damage a lot quicker than your Eastern native sub, which is what most of the country has to deal with. So
got it.
We have them Florida, a little bit in Texas, maybe Mississippi, but the entry point into the U.S., or at least into New Orleans, was on railroad ties after World War II. So this was kind of the entry spot for Formosan. So we have them really bad down here.
Interesting. Okay. And is there a big difference in how you would go about treating your standard Eastern sub versus Formosan?
It can be. The treatments are similar. So there's two basic treatments, either a liquid or a baiting system. And, other parts of the country are different. So other parts of the country, you may be able to spot treat a home, So if they have a lot of termites, you may be able to say, I'm going to treat, a 20-foot section, and maybe you'd be okay. But we have such a prevalent issue down here and with Formosan that, according to state law, you can't just treat a section of a home. And that's coming from the Structural Pest Control Mission Louisiana. So in our area, if you treat a home for termites, you have to treat the entire home. We don't have the option just to treat a section. And the reason for that is because it's so prevalent. If you did that, they would just move over and do more damage to another part of the home. So it's a good thing. The bad thing is, of course, it's more expensive to treat an entire home versus a 20 or 30-foot section. So yeah, and then again, we have the option to use generic chemicals or cheaper chemicals, but with knowing that we have a Formosan issue, very few companies that I know of in the area would use anything but a high quality product, because you're almost destined to fail the treatment if you don't use a high quality product in our area. Okay. Whereas in other parts of the country, you may be able to get away with it.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems like the Southeast is kind of a breeding ground for termites. Yeah. And some of those high quality products, I'm guessing, is it Termidor SC, Taurus?
Absolutely. So the number one product in the market for a long time has been Termidor SC. And there's different versions of it. There's a wettable powder, a wettable granule, but Termidor with the active ingredient fipronil is definitely the recommended product. The patent ran out on Termidor maybe about 7 or 8 years, maybe, I'm not sure, but a while back. For a while, they had a patent on it. But it ran out. Another company called Control Solutions started to make a generic version of the Termidor called Taurus with the same active called fipronil. And a lot of companies are using that now. And the results have been very similar with the Taurus versus the Termidor. And the Taurus is a little bit cheaper, actually a good bit cheaper. So Taurus is starting to kind of really compete hard against the Termidor product.
Okay, got some competition going on. Got it. And let's see, earlier we were talking about a new technology that you mentioned.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you brought that back up. So I guess BSF is the makers of Termidor, and I guess they're losing some market share now to Control Solutions with the generic product. A lot of companies are starting to use it, and even in the DIY market, you know. So what they've done to try to retain that market share is they've come up with some new technology. So they've come out with a machine called a Termidor HP Injection machine. So, you know, a typical termite treatment is done by having to either trench, drill the expansion joints, or put a bait system around the home. So what the injection system does is it allows you to inject around the home and treat a home without having to trench or drill it. It's fantastic, right? Every termite tech love it. You don't have to dig up your yard. You don't have to drill. It's great. Guess what the one catch is, though? You have got to use Termidor in that machine. You cannot use any other product in that machine. They even got it set up with a computer where they even know you got to order directly from them.
Right.
So it is a better product than Taurus because it uses less water and they have some inert ingredients that really make it last longer. So it is a better product, and it's allowed them to retain and grab some more market share with the technology. And it's the first new technology we've had in the industry in 50 years. And of course, like it takes normally 3 or 4 hours to do a job. We can do one in 30 minutes with this, right?
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting. That's just starting to happen maybe within the last 6 months to a year. So
okay. Wow. Yeah, that's really new technology. And one more time for the viewers, what was the name of that? It's
called a Termidor HP Injection System. It stands for High Precision Injection System.
Okay. Excellent. Wow. Well, exciting stuff. Lots of moving and shaking in the termite industry.
Yeah. Biggest thing we've had happen to us in a while, I guess.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Well, moving on, one thing you mentioned, and I've seen actually a lot of questions about this on different termite forums, is the contracts, the agreements, and people questioning whether they need this contract or if they can get away with maybe just one treatment. If you could kind of just describe what those agreements are, and then.
Yeah. So, you know, and I'm sure I don't want to speak for the whole industry because we're very different down here in South Louisiana once again. But basically, the way it works down here is most companies treat the home initially for an initial price. And then it gives the homeowner the option to renew an annual agreement once a year, which will usually be like an insurance policy against termites, right? Where the company will come out once a year, inspect the home. And if there's any damage to the home, the pest control company will pay to repair any damages that the termites have done. In most cases, you know, and that's where you got to look into your contract because some companies issue those damage repair warranties and some don't. So you definitely want to be looking into that, you know.
Okay.
And just to follow it up, you know, of course, I'm biased because I own a pest control company, but especially in our area, of course, we recommend maintaining those agreements because your homeowner's insurance won't cover damage and it's very likely to happen. So it's recommended. But what some people choose to do, and it's their decision, is that product, once it's put in the soft, they go with a liquid product. It varies on how long it can last. You know, it's debatable. Some people say 5, some people say 10. But we have some clients that choose just every 5 years to retreat their house and forego paying that annual renewal. And customers just will, you know, pay it annually. And it's, you know, so it's whatever they feel is best, whichever way the consumer wants to go. I don't know if that helps answer that a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's helpful. Yeah, so it's kind of like an insurance for termites in relation to both damage and if termites were to return.
Yeah, so it's if they return, there'd be no additional charge. Usually the annual renewal fee is minimal. It's usually not very much. So to cover for retreatment of termites as well as damage repair to the home, which is where you'd really have to, you know, do your homework with your company and really read over your contract. In my opinion, if a company doesn't issue a repair agreement on their home, that means that they don't back up their work enough to offer you a repair warranty, then you should go with a company that does. That's my personal opinion, but
Right. Yeah, having a warranty is a good sign that it's a good service. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, I think that that just about does it. Wraps up some good questions. That's some of the common questions out there. And so, thank you so much for joining us, Jared. It's such a pleasure to have you on. And feel free, all of our viewers out there, to check out Jared's Pest Control Company. I'll post in the description LaJaunie's Pest Control.